I mean, what a first half performance. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, it's a lot about we got some momentum. We talked before the game, knowing a little bit about Rochester and the way that they play. The field is very long here, so field position was going to be really important. So being aggressive, stepping high, center backs being commanding and making sure that you can push the midfielders on. That bravery gives everyone else sort of the encouragement to say, okay, let's go get something. When you get a few goals early on, you have a really good team you're playing against, it's demoralizing for them, and I think that turned the game a lot.
Well, talk to me, because I heard you right before the break, after the penalty was scored. You kept hammering into your boys. It's 5-0 now. We got another 35 minutes to play. And a couple of the boys, when we were doing the interviews, they talked about that mentality, because in that Seacoast game, when you guys were up, you started to let in those goals, and it was a bit tighter than you wanted it to be. But today, was this the kind of lockdown performance that you wanted after a strong first half?
Yeah, I would rather, the second half was 0-0 in that, just in the 35 minutes, but the ball, they didn't get a single dangerous situation. And so what we talked about at halftime was control, because when you're up in a game already, the other team has to go try to fight for something. Your job is to keep the game under control, which was very different than Seacoast, where we opened up and let them have a chance. We have a chance. When you play against good players, Seacoast, these guys, Gotchi, yesterday was New England Revolution. If you do, we'll have a chance, they'll have a chance. You're always at risk of letting the game open up and get away from you. The last thing I would say here is we needed every player this weekend. We have a 23-player roster. They're all fantastic players. We had back-to-back games against really good competition. Every single one of the players in the group played at some point this weekend, and everybody was fantastic. So really a team effort, and they really deserve that. That was our first clean sheet in the league, so the defenders are pretty happy.
And, a tough second half schedule. You guys have a lot of really big games coming up, but a performance like this, when you were finally able to put all of it together, the scoring was there, keeping that clean sheet. Talk to me about how this affects what you'll be telling them going into these next games and just trying to close out this fall season.
Yeah, it's super cool to get a result that everyone can feed off of, I think that we have to keep our feet on the ground, obviously. We have to go game by game, minute by minute. The way that the players here took responsibility for the whole 70 minutes makes a really big difference, I think. And it's about not going into the next game feeling like now we're going to go trot out here and win things. I think we still have the chip on our shoulder big time. We're a new team in this division, and so we have to go take every moment not for granted. It's not given to us. So, obviously it's easier when we win to carry the momentum forward, but also just be careful and make sure that we enjoy this and then lock it down tomorrow and get ready for the next one.